I won't let you do just one appendectomy.
But I'm a man.
But not a doctor.
Can I talk to a doctor?
You are talking to a doctor.
I need a clicky pen?
No.
A sharp thing?
No.
There he is. Doctor!
Somebody get security.
So Barbie, of course, is a huge hit. It's raked in hundreds of millions of dollars in just the first week and a half it's been out in theaters. And it may not surprise you at all that I have not seen the film. I have no intention of seeing the film. I've never had any intention of seeing the film. Wow, what a shock, right? I just assumed that the film would be super extra amazingly womanist from the get-go because Barbie is, an icon of female power. And, that's fine. You're allowed to have icons of any kind of power if you want to, but the problem is we see that the world isn't doing as good as it was when women were focusing on family and home life. Now, I have this article here that I want to talk to you about, but before we dive in, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. You can find me over on Rumble and on Twitter. And remember to stick around to the end. I have my palette cleansers that I've been putting at the end of my videos, so those are fun and interesting things. So you have this article from The Guardian here. Barbie's Ken is a bad role model for boys. A parent writes about her concerns about the film and the body image pressures on teenage boys. How interesting. Finally, somebody's actually interested in men's issues here. Where is this coming from? This is the thing, is nobody's ever shown really any concern about male issues. The joke was always 1 in every 5 homeless people is a female, and it's like, well, what about the other 4? I mean, we don't care about them. It's just point out the 1 in 5 that is a female. That doesn't make any sense to me. But what do I know, right? So let's see what this article has to say. It's not a very long one. It's not going to take me very long to get through here, but we'll take a look at it. Emma Flint picks up on how shallow and body beautiful Ken is portrayed to be in the new Barbie movie compared to Barbie. Punch Free Zone, why the Barbie movie's body diversity message shortchanges Ken, the 24th of July. We might want to check that out. All right, so this article that we linked to here, it says, although Ken has always played second fiddle to his girlfriend, some of director Greta Gerwig's decisions about how to portray them in her film weakens the patriarchal deconstruction she's aiming for. Nowhere is this more apparent than in Ken's appearance. While there are at least 2 plus-size Barbies and 1 in a wheelchair, none of the Kens are anything other than svelte. Even those who lack a six-pack certainly don't have a paunch. Ken becomes like the Barbies of the past, generic carbon copies of coiffed hair and muscles. They're manufactured so only their looks matter. Their worth beholden to their desirability. Those who don't quite fit the mold, like Alan, become outcasts. Then, like the Allen dolls, these outcasts are quickly discounted because they have no place in Barbie land. And, isn't that just what the womanists would want? They would want to be able to say, look, she's not perfectly pretty, therefore she's going to be pushed aside and men are going to ignore her. But the fact of the matter is we see men dating unattractive women all the time. They really have no choice. There just aren't enough pretty women to go around. And if men don't want to be single, they want to get action in the bedroom, then they have to go after less attractive women. That Barbie land is allowed to be any size despite the societal constructs that originally shaped her creation feels unfair if Ken is trapped in a slim body. Plus-size men are denied a film in which they are represented. Unlike female viewers in this case, one could argue that men don't require such breadth of representation. After all, this film is not aimed at them, right? But that's surely not the outcome Gerwig or Mattel were after. It isn't, huh? Let's see. Barbie's journey of self-discovery is rooted in a challenge to the patriarchy. Although the patriarchy protects the Kens, the film shows how it also damages them and leads them to turn Barbie Land into a mecca for toxic masculinity. While the type of man being portrayed is one many people may have encountered, confining the Kens to that one type prevents them from escaping the very patriarchal system the Barbies are attempting to break down. Okay, I haven't seen the film, but it's my understanding that the Kens take over Barbie Land and make it a patriarchy. But what I've heard is like it was good that the Kens did that. In the end, the Barbies adhere to the same standards rather than becoming a matriarchy which seeks to find power from within as opposed to exerting it over others. The Barbies end up holding absolute power over the Kens. No one is freed from Ken's coup. It simply gets a fabulous pink makeover. Yeah, so the Barbies just take back over and then subjugate the Kens. So, and I guess the message of the film is, to treat men the way that men have been treating women in the real world, which is not true. Men have not been subjugating women. Just there's biological reality. The general critical consensus has formed on the foundation that it's okay to dilute the Kens down to a parody of themselves because they're only suffering the same humiliation women have endured. Yeah, there you go, just like I said. However, having the Barbies act like real world men ultimately continues the long legacy of male influence as opposed to quelling it. Okay, I mean, I'm not sure if she's referring to the real world or to the movie. It's nebulous to me, whatever. Ryan Gosling's Ken is on a journey alongside Barbie too. He's trying to learn who he is without Barbie and finds himself left wanting. Even as the film ends and Barbie is able to venture into the real world as a real woman, Ken is simply Kenuff. He has no ending. His singing about his blonde fragility is met with laughter, yet the joke conceals depths. Ken might be played as a repetitive, one-note character, but he has complexities. He's insecure and self-conscious and bombastic in his attempts to mask his feelings of inadequacy. Compared to Margot Robbie's stereotypical Barbie, Ken is in fact significantly multifaceted. Okay, well, I haven't seen the film. I'll have to take her word for it. I do want to say something right here about Margot Robbie, stereotypical Barbie. I mean, she's playing stereotypical Barbie. She's supposed to be the stereotypical Barbie, and we can see, well, I don't see Margot Robbie here. She's over here on the side. Margot Robbie, very attractive woman. I'm not going to deny that, but she's not Barbie. She's too short. I imagine Barbie is at least 5'8", probably 5'10". Margot Robbie is only 5'6". Sorry, Robbie, you don't qualify for Barbiehood. So there needs to be a better person to play that part. But back to the original article. In the opening line, I'll read it again. Emma Flint picks up on how shallow and body beautiful Ken is portrayed to be in the new Barbie movie compared to Barbie. I have a 13-year-old daughter who is sporty, curvy, and has a very positive body image, and a 15-year-old son whom we are currently referring to private counseling due to a gym obsession and possible body dysmorphia. Okay. Well, see, biological reality is women should be prettier than men. It's just how it is. Men are attracted to youth and beauty in women. The best man that your daughter can attract is going to be one who finds her appealing, and men are going to find somebody who's useful and beautiful appealing. So do you want your daughter to marry just some schlub? Is that what you're hoping? You don't care. Oh, my daughter's going to make it on her own. She's going to do it all on her own. And then what's going to happen when she's 45 and single and has no children? The fact of the matter is biological reality is still here. All these women out there going, I'm just going to be as big as I want to be. It's going to be fine. I'm going to eat as much as I want to. It feels good. I don't care. Beauty at any size. It doesn't matter. What are their dating prospects going to be like? How are their lives going to turn out? Influencers, these fat influencers are dying. We've seen several of them die now. So it's not okay just to look at your body and go, oh, yeah, it's fine no matter that I'm 300 pounds overweight. Obviously, you don't want to focus all of your attention on your body and be like, oh, it's never going to be perfect. I have this flaw, I have that flaw. But take care of yourself. You want to take care of yourself and be the best version of yourself you can be, but you don't want to become obsessed with that. That's the trick. Back to the article here. In my youth, it was girls who felt the pressure to be model thin or magazine perfect. Today, boys are bombarded with images of six packs and bulging biceps, driven by algorithms on social media which risk amplifying a teenage boy's reasonable interest in the gym into an obsession. Dun, dun, dun. I had no interest in the gym when I was a teenager, not until I was 19. I had always heard women complain about, oh, look at these meathead men always in the gym, and I was like, oh, I want women, so I don't want them to complain about me, so I'm not going to be a meathead gym guy. And then when I was 17, I got into martial arts, and by the time I was 19, I was like, oh yeah, I should be building muscle, and what I want to see looking back at me in the mirror, some scrawny kid. When I was 17, I weighed less than 117 pounds. I don't remember exactly how much, but I know when I graduated high school at 18, I weighed 117 pounds. So I was even smaller and younger at 17. So the thing is this is what happens when you give women all of the power in the dating market. And that's what you've done. You've given women all of the power in the dating market. You've taken all the power away from men. Men don't naturally have power in the dating market unless they're chads. The alpha males have power in the dating market. But that's it. Men otherwise don't have much, if any, power. So we built a society that gave men power in the dating market by saying, women, you're not going to be able to make as much money. It's just how it is. Sorry. It's so that you can actually focus your attention on finding the best man, so that we can focus on continuing the human species in a responsible manner, because we didn't have welfare and all these safety nets for women who are single mothers. There's that famous song by the Beatles about this. Is it Lady Madonna? Children at your feet, wondering how you managed to make ends meet. She was a streetwalker. You know, she didn't. That's how she made ends meet, is because she had all these different children, but men were paying her to perform for them. So that's what happens. Now, can we have a civilization function that way? Maybe. I don't want to find out. Back to the article. This needs addressing online and in conversational media. Much as has been done for teenage girls in recent years, thanks to role models such as the singer Meghan Trainor. You got it. She's your role model. You need help. Believe me. Otherwise, I foresee a tsunami of boys with eating disorders and or gym obsessions. Ken is obviously not helping the cause. Okay. Well, I'm glad that somebody's finally acknowledging this. This has been an issue for years. And the fact that we put all this pressure on men to perform, it's been going on for a long time, and it is tragic and dangerous. But that's the reality we live in. We should be putting pressure on women to look pretty and putting pressure on boys to succeed financially, because those are their primary assets. Now, I want to talk about something that maybe you've seen this before, but it's been a long time ago that I came across this, years ago now. And it's really an interesting thing. We got this image here of Barbie. Make it a little bit bigger. This is an old Barbie, obviously, but it's Barbie. If you're not looking at the screen, don't worry. I'm going to read what it says here. It says, "This is Barbie. She is unrealistically thin and perfect. Over the past 55 years, she has been riddled with controversy. When girls play with her, it damages their self-image and causes them to feel like they must be perfect to be liked. They become obsessed with looks and weight. It leads to millions of eating disorders and billions in spending on makeup, clothes, and plastic surgery." That's true. I mean, I think makeup companies now have proven the most profitable. Her whiteness, now we're getting into race. Okay. Her whiteness has alienated little girls of color, making them feel they are not pretty. Some of her outfits and accessories lead girls to want to dress inappropriately, leading to promiscuity. She has been banned in some countries. So that's what they have to say about Barbie. This is what they have to say about He-Man. This is He-Man. He is unrealistically strong and muscular. Boys play with him and move on with life. Yeah. Why is it that a girl's toy is ruining their lives, but a boy's toy is nothing? I've seen women who look like Barbie here, this version of Barbie. Have I seen, there's a couple men I've seen here. There's two men that I've seen that look like He-Man.
I always thought He-Man was anatomically incorrect until I saw
Been
the
proven wrong
Barbarians.
by the Barbarian brothers.
Yeah, that's it. I've gone to the gym for a long time, and I've never looked like this, like He-Man. I'm a scrawny little dude, and I'm pretty athletic and pretty lean, pretty fit, but I never looked like this. I never really even wanted to look like this. This is like overdone, too much muscle. But this has been going around for a while. Here's another one. This is Barbie, reviled as an unrealistic, unhealthy, and unfair standard of beauty, leading to a crisis for young girls and their self-esteem. And then it just says, this is He-Man for the He-Man. And it's like, yeah. Nobody says anything about He-Man being bad, but Barbie is just, oh, so how dare you expect women to look like this? How dare you?
How dare you?
And is this what we are expecting women to look like? Or is this just a beautiful character that girls can play with? In fact, you know what? When I was a little boy, I played with Barbies too. I played with the girls and we would play Barbies. So I had neighbor girls and we would play Barbies. But I mean, that wasn't my main thing. I played with He-Man, of course, because He-Man's awesome. But so I played with Barbies too. And do you think I'd want to play with like a Barbie looks like this? I mean, really, come on. But anyway, I wanted to point this out that finally people are becoming obsessed. But, you know, I think this is a double-edged, I think this is a two-faced thing or a double-edged sword sort of thing. This woman here, concerned about her boy going to the gym and being unrealistic. No, she wants to control his behavior so that he can be easier to control by women, right? If a man is a Chad, he has options. He doesn't have to care about what the girl thinks about him because he's just going to be like, oh, there's an open around the corner. That's the thing. Like, attractive women don't care if a man blows her off. So what? There's another one around the corner. I got so many guys blowing up my DMs, I don't care. And so maybe the mom is thinking, really, she's writing it like this. It'd be like politically correct. But her real thought is, I don't want him being a Chad because I don't want him to have any kind of authority over women. I mean, that's how these womanists are. You know, they're all controlling and all that stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Anyway, here's a guy who can trampoline like a god.